Well, all New York City public school students are back in classrooms right now.
All right, academic success doesn't just take place in school, as we know. It takes place after school as well, from the arts and theater to sports and STEM. The city's largest provider of free school-based after-school and summer programming is welcoming 25,000 students to its enriching program right now.
Joining us now with the importance of after-school programming and more is the CEO of New York Edge, Rachael Gazdick. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You know, we take a look here, and just even with that video, which came from you. I mean, you see music, you see chess, you see sports, just about everything. Yeah. How big is the program here in New York City?
So we're in all 5 boroughs of New York City and also in Wyandanch and Long Island. And so we reach over 25,000 students, and we're school-based. So all of our programming interconnects so that you're integrating the in-school time with out-of-school time to increase academic achievement. So,
give me your version of why after-school programs are so important, because we hear about, okay, maybe it keeps the kids out of trouble, that kind of thing, but there's more to it.
Yeah, no, I really focus it in the way that kids can excel. We can ignite their intellectual curiosity, and in a city like New York, there's no way that you can't connect kids to all of the things that are offered here. So whether we work with Pfizer and they're in the science labs, or you're working with Google engineers, if you can't do these things in New York City and create the next generation of leaders for the city of New York, I don't know where you can. And we have really concentrated time with kids, both after school and in the summer.
All right, Rachel, let's get specific here because I'm intrigued. Yeah. Is it every day this is offered? Is it just weekends? And what kind of programs can kids sign up for?
No, we offer programs 5 days a week and also on Saturdays. So our team, we have 1,700 employees at New York Edge, and they're out in all 5 boroughs, and they're also from the neighborhoods in which we work. So that's a really critical part.
So you do music after school?
Music, STEM, we do leadership, sports, visual and performing arts, step competitions. We do Get Real film festivals, anything that will ignite a kid's curiosity, and our podcast, our book publishing program, music industry, working with moguls in the music industry.
And that's the thing that I find interesting. Okay, you hear about sports and music, and those have been around for years, but you get kids into podcasting and filmmaking, looking at what they could do for a career, not just a hobby.
Absolutely. So in our podcast, they're also talking to world leaders. They talk to President Obama's former ambassador to Switzerland, the chief medical officer of the NCAA. They've interviewed major people on our podcast, and the kids really run the entire show, and they won the Anthem Award. We have 6 seasons, and it's just... you're learning about people's career paths too, because if they saw folks like you, they would see you on TV, but they don't know how you got there. Like, how did you become who you are? What's the training?
They want to know the journey.
Right.
Yeah. So who's eligible for this, and how can they sign up?
So in all of our schools, we have a contract with each of those school buildings.
So is it the public schools only?
Public schools.
That's it.
We also do fee for service. If there's a school system that is interested in bringing our program to their school, we welcome that as well.
Every kid who wants to do this, I know you said about 25,000 kids sign up. Is it because that's what they sign up for, or do you have kids that you can't accommodate? Is 25,000 like your cap?
No, 25,000 is not our cap, and in many of our schools we have wait lists for kids. So we continue to try to raise more resources and funds to be able to offer this, because parents also need a place for kids to go after school, but we don't want them just sitting around.
So if you're a parent and you're sitting at home, you're like, I think this could be good for my kid who likes whatever they like, and they can get into a program. How do they do that?
So they should talk to their school to see if New York Edge is offered in their school, because often they may not know that New York Edge is there. And also, if they see the segment in their principal and talk to their principal, there might be an opportunity to come work with New York Edge, and our headquarters are based in Queens.
Nice.
We've been there for 30 years. Originally, Arthur Ashe wanted tennis in all of the schools across New York City. So you had New York Junior Tennis League, and then you had our organization.
How awesome.
That's expanded.
So what happens if you're on the other edge of this equation and you're like, this is a fabulous program, how can I support it? Because obviously, where are you getting the resources from?
So we get the resources from the city government funding, but a large part of it is individual and corporate and private donors. So
And
it's
you can
really
go online
important.
and donate?
Absolutely. You can go to newyorkedge.org, and every dollar that you give to us allows us to expand, particularly our Educate Innovation Labs, which are these programs you see here.
It sounds like a wonderful program, huh?
Put an S on that. Programs. I mean, it doesn't, you know, whatever it
Yes.
is, it seems like you can get your kid involved, and it can be something that leads them to a lifelong journey through happiness, either with a hobby or a career. This is a great program. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks, Rachel.
All right, then.